Welcome, fellow wanderers. I'm taking the chest mount off. I had all I could take. The camera stops recording, so you're going to be on two stationary mounts, unfortunately. But I'll try to get some close-ups for you as we go. I might even put the head mount on, which never works out well. I just want you to notice I've got old, yucky clothes on. There's a hole. Switched my shoes. They've already got some stuff on them. This is a messy job, guys. There's no way you're getting out of this clean. Just figure where your worst, nastiest clothes. We'll put a Tyvek suit on if you want to wear Tyvek. Right here. Problem is you can't sweat in fiberglass. And right now it's 150 degrees. And I already know when I stand up off that boat deck in that, my legs are going to pour water. It's going to be like a swimming pool going down there. So I'm not wearing the Tyvek. I'm just going to get glassy. It's part of, you know, being a glass guy, doing these smaller projects. It's just, it is what it is, guys. I'm going to give you a view of hopefully the whole deck. And we're just going to get into it. I've already cleaned the deck. I finally found the tools. Only other thing, I got some rubber gloves here. I've got the glass cut. And we're just going to go over here and mix up the epoxy. Now I'm wishing I'd brought the head mount with me, so I could just throw this one on. I don't like not having a head mount, guys. Dang, dang, dang. Well, you know what? Okay, so I'm putting the bra back on. It is, I thought, the best way to film for me. I like the bra. I do. My friends don't like the bra. They don't like me going out in the bra. Well, women can be so funny about what you look like. And yet they want to be like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Dress funny around one and go out in public with them and see what they say. It's all about looks, ladies. That's all you care about. That's why you go get your hair did. That's why we were broke when I was married. My ex needing to go get her hair and nails done. Love you, girl. You ain't worth it. Life is about fun and enjoyment, and honestly, screw everything else. Okay, so the only thing you have to remember when you're using an epoxy like this, okay, is whatever epoxy you're using has a mix ratio. Now, generally, if you buy the pumps, it's a 2-to-1, like perfectly calibrated, dispense and mix, okay? Every one pump of resin, one full pump of hardener. Mix thoroughly 2 to 3 minutes, taking care to scrape the bottom, top, sides, everywhere. That doesn't say top. Do not adjust the mixing ratios or tamper with the pump. So, Popper Cure, well, when you're mixing large quantities, it still has to be pretty damn close. Not gonna lie to you, but you can play around with it. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, one key thing to remember is whatever you see there is going to be added to, because you've got to add your second stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You notice how I lift in my hand. Make sure it goes all the way down and all the way up. I know that's not going to get us very far, so we're going to do 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slow. That's why I got to give a little pull. 8, 9, 10. That was fun. Oh yeah. And you'll notice I'm tipping this a little bit because this one shoots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to stir 1 to 2 minutes. You'll notice it's kind of changing colors. Let's see if we can step out here. Well, it might have been better in here. It was real clear. I don't know if you can see. It's getting milky. Now it's going clear again. And there's just no good way to show you. It's cleared back up. At first it was kind of milky. You see it kind of mixing in. I just felt a tiny little raindrop. No water on this at all. So honestly, this is a bad day to do it. Because there is a possibility of rain, and the front of the boat is outside of the carport. If I have to, I can angle the front down to make sure everything runs off the front of the boat and nothing happens back here. I almost fell. Hold on a sec, guys. I can't get my leg that high. Okay. There we go. Now we got to decide kind of where we want to start this. Right? Right. We already know where we're going to start it. We got our pieces cut. You may or may not have been here for that. Just stir this up. That's plenty. Okay. I'm going to start with our 2 small pieces. I'll grab my stuff. Now I'm going to slide my stir stick up here. Actually, I'm going to slide it through. That way it doesn't get knocked off as easy. I got my roller. And we're going to grab and put rubber gloves on for sure. Because I can take these on and off, on and off, on and off. That's going to make my life easier. The other thing you might want to do if they've been sitting around a fiberglass shop, or you've been like sitting on the boat and you've been grinding. Oh, another key thing. Anything that you like and don't want to be glassed, take off. Almost forgot. Set that right there and set it somewhere and just leave it till your hands and all your stuff's clean, because, well, you're going to get that all over as soon as you start touching anything. So I'm going to work from the front of the boat facing back. I'm going to grab these 2 pieces. This should be piece 1 right here. Remember I said I was going to show you how to fill those holes? Well, I'm not going to. I'm not actually even going to glue this down to the deck. Why does that not seem right? There we go. It's just got to be back a little further. I'm like, that's not setting in there right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a couple of different things, because this is a kind of a repair. And let me just set that down in there. I'm going to flip this over like this. Try to get into a spot we can really get this. Okay. We're going to roll this. This is the back side that I'm rolling right now. You can see how much we're already kind of using on this. Now, this type of glass is going to take a lot of resin, so don't think you're getting away like easy peasy, Scott's free. Okay. Now I'm going to roll the deck as well, where this piece is going. It's going to give me something kind of sticky to adhere to. We're going to pull up, and it really went to that back corner like that. That's how I wanted to fit the best. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of roll this out and we'll see. We need more resin. See the difference in color? I was telling you that's not coated. There's nothing in that. Okay. You see how it's getting clear? We're able to actually see through there. I will tell you, 99% of the time when I see a bad, issue with fiberglass, well, it's not got enough resin in it. It's like they didn't want to use the resin, which is expensive, but look, that's part of it. Okay, so we should be able to unroll this directly. Perfect. And I'm actually going to overhang this a little more to get it down off of there. So don't want it up there. And this is going to add, I don't know, let's see. Let's see how far we go. My concern is, and so what I'm doing is I'm pouring some on top. You'll notice I'm working that out because I'm going to actually push through the excess from the last layer. So I'm not worried about that excess right this minute. Now, where we may run into an issue is where I've kind of got my overhang edge. I might want to pull that and make sure that, see, we're actually getting the backside wet enough. But each layer we add is going to push more resin through the top and the bottom. Don't forget that. Okay. Almost thinking I might even just skip my next one and go to my top coat. We'll see. We'll see when we get through this next layer of resin what we're gonna do. Now, here's the deal. I gotta get out of the boat because my resin's not in here. No matter what I touch is getting resiny. There's absolutely no way around it other than this little trick, which is every single time you get in and out of the boat, you change your glove. But I think what I'm gonna do, since I'm working alone, is I'm just gonna move my resin kit up into the boat right here on this shelf so I can just keep reloading my resin. Gotta get some towels, and I gotta get a new set of gloves now. Okay, grab a new set of gloves. We'll move these where I can reach them easier. And we're gonna hop right back in. You gotta decide what you want to be fiberglassy, whether you want your shoes or your feet. I'm gonna go with my shoes, and at the end I'll probably step out of them and up onto the deck, throw my shoes out, and then step out of the boat and put them back on. Because if you try to climb off the boat, anything your feet touch, yepers, That's right. And getting in is going to be difficult because of that right there. I don't really want to step there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to go right into mixing our next batch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to do 15. Okay. 15. You'll notice I'm not getting that phone. I can't at this point. I've got glass on the deck. I can't let anything stop me from continuing. You do not want a half sheet of glass setting up. You got to get all the way through your layers completely. Don't ever leave a layer partially glassed in and walk away, because that's not going to work. I really didn't mix for a minute, by the way. I'm going to mix for a full minute. The longer you mix, the better. This is a medium hardener. Your hardeners are set by the temperature that you're going to be glassing in. There's a fast to use when it's, going to be cold out. Or for fast repairs that have to actually set up really fast. But each of your resins is going to act differently due to the temperature. So I'm going to go all the way over to my edge. I'm going to try not to drip in my stuff, by the way, guys. I'm a bad dripper. But you really got to keep water out of it until it hardens, until you kind of get it going. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is the same thing I did before. We're going to start flipping it and taking a look to see what we've got going on here. That all looks pretty good right to that edge. And you can see that edge is not really impregnating front to back. We're just gonna, if you don't get it in there, you don't get it really coated with epoxy, you leave that fiberglass, those fibers dry, you are not going to get the finished product you're looking for. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. Because, well, your finished product can't be what you want it to be because you don't have the resin in it. Even though the resin's expensive, the resin is what makes it all possible. Everything else is just, well, the work. The workload. And I am really trying not to drip in it. That's the other thing about really hot days that makes it difficult is, well, you don't want to get water in it. And it's hard not to do these jobs without sweating, guys. I don't know, maybe I need to do more Pilates. I need a Pilates buddy who wants to do Pilates together. Got friends that are like, go yoga. I'm like, no, but anything naked. Anything naked is like, hey, heck yeah. Now, I want you to see one thing that, I don't know what that noise is. I think it's my phone. Oh, it's my alarm. It's noon. I don't know if it's gonna shut off or not. Okay. Nope, I'm drying my face. I'm not getting that. Okay. So, I got a problem over here. When the glass kind of went in, and I might be able to shift it. Let's grab it and shift it. So I'm gonna show you how to grab it and shift it. We're gonna lay it back on itself, roll it. Okay, we gotta reposition this whole piece because what happened is at the other end, it's not laying right. It's not laying out straight. It's going up into the console way too much. Okay, and the reason is because once I got it wet, it took the actual angles that it should have had. And where's my double over? That's the thing with doubling over. There it is. It can be difficult to find it, so make sure you kind of know how you're doubling your double over. Okay, so as we roll this, and I kind of adjust it and tug it, lift this. Sorry about that, guys. I know it could be possibly annoying to some of you hearing that alarm buzzing, but it's gonna buzz because, and now we're getting way off. So what we're doing is that center's not pulling the way I want it to. So we're gonna have to take this back up and adjust here, right there. That's about the best we're gonna get, okay? So we're now going to start trying to straighten this out. Now you'll notice I'm using the paint roller first. We are going to switch over to what's called a metal roller. We'll do that in just a second to get all the air out. But first we're gonna try to get this angle to set up. It doesn't want to. It's gonna start pinching itself. Because what's happening is we're kind of stretching it as it's getting more and more pliable. So the less you have to work with this stuff, the better. I think we're kind of foobarred at this point. Now I've got to do some other stuff. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get into the metal roller, I think, in just a second. Grab it. And use this to try to pull out the material and stretch it. Now we're underneath on the other one. It's really not going to want to stretch evenly. Not happy with this right now. Now if it gets too bad, I will pull this piece and we'll just go ahead and cut a new one. But I think I can save it. That is one thing too. This stuff can be a little easier to save. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That's gonna haunt you. Okay. Getting air. Now the other thing too is we don't have a solid deck to glass on. Remember that? So we've got to be kind of careful as we work with this, because those little holes we're gonna be adding air back in. There's gonna be an air pocket. There's no way around that, but it's really not gonna be that bad of a deal. I'll show you what we're going to do there. Now what we're going to have to do here, and I hate doing this, is sacrifice a set of scissors, because our angle now up in here I don't like. So we're going to be all up in that console in about 32 seconds. So we're literally just going to go to here, and the rest of that we're going to chop off right now. You have to do it now. So I'm just gonna give up a $5 pair of shears. Oh yeah, this is a done deal. I don't really care what you do. I mean, you can soak it in acetone, try to save them that way. But... Okay, so now roll this. Okay. Now I got this piece though, and this is all glassed already. Right? Right. No reason to waste it. If you've already glassed it and you're like, damn, what am I going to do with that? I'm going to strengthen this little area right here. Maybe try to force it to kind of raise this area even a little higher behind this drain. Just go ahead and work it in. Okay. Now that I'm really just using for height. I'm just trying to build my height up right there. I could stop there and then grind all this out later on. Sand it down and then start again tomorrow. But I think we're just gonna go through and put the whole deck in one little get-go. So our next piece is gonna be huge. And this is where I wanna see if I'm gonna have enough material. Yes. So we can still do our huge deck piece. Now we're gonna do this differently. And it should go the same way that we just had one. It should just kind of lay in here. Perfect. Okay. I'm just gonna flip it up. Yeah, I would like clean, glass everything you could possibly, like tape off stuff, paper everything, tape everything. Because I am gonna have to clean this stuff. Wasn't really thinking about that when I was kind of laying this out. But this boat's hard. I've worked on a lot of offshore fishing boats, and well, the layout's easier. I'm not gonna lie to you. The layout's a lot easier to do this with because you got big open decks. This thing is not open, and I'm not a small guy. Okay, so we're gonna lay that right like that. Okay, now we actually have a work surface. Do you guys see the work surface that we have? So we've got a nice work surface, but I've got to clean my face off. Uh-oh. Try not to rub this into your face and eyes and all that sort of stuff, because, well, it's not going to end well for you. I've got some mixed. So the first thing I really have to do is I have to get my knees in here. Oh, I didn't like that feeling. Okay. We really pushed down into that material. It just kind of gave way. Okay, but we'll figure that out. Just give us a sec here, guys. Just give us a sec. We'll see how we're gonna get to that easily. Easily being the key word. So I put my knee down right there. You can kind of see the depression. It was like, I landed like Thor. Pow! I'm like, I'm not a superhero. And I'm like, well, maybe I am. Well, I could be, I don't know. I don't know what a superhero looks like. What do they look like? Do they take the kids to school every day? Make sure the wife stays happy. Make sure the kids try to stay happy. Make sure there's insurance. Make sure they're, I don't know what they do. Well, my ex had like 15 dogs. Like, do they just have a lot of dogs? Kept saying, oh, it's for our daughter. No, it wasn't. I like that idea, but even our daughter knows it wasn't for her. It's like, I'm not stupid. I'm not that stupid. Oh. Yeah, this is not lining up. Now, this happens sometimes. I am just not getting the lineup that I wanted anywhere in here. So what I'm going to do is just have to shift the whole thing around and play with it a little bit. I got no choice. So that's too high on this side. Oh, and not high enough over here. So I need more, a lot more over here. Like a couple of inches more over here. Binding in that back corner, I think. Okay. And you may be freaking out like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? He's moving everything. Yes, I'm totally moving everything around. I've already got my other layers in there. Hopefully they're not going to be an issue. That's going to be too far. So I'm getting too much out on this side now, where it's got to be pulled that way. I've got no choice. And then it's got to swing around because it's kind of stretched all in there. And then when we get to that other side, oh no, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do there. I don't really know yet. Okay. Whew. Okay. So now we got a mess going on. No matter what, you're just like, this is messy, guys. Okay. All I really want to do is solidify this section. Okay, so this section is anything all the way up to where I don't have any. And the other thing I can do is I can roll it back a little, just like this, kind of even it, and then I can roll it up again. We're gonna get to where we have glass right here, see? See all that nice fresh glass that's not, look, I can tell that corner's not done. See how white it is? We didn't get anything up in that corner. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why. We just didn't. Sometimes that happens. You gotta double check. So first things I wanna do is roll this back. That all is pretty good. We're gonna dump that little bit in here. And now that's really getting set up. That's kicking. One. Now I would switch over. That was a mistake I just made. 4, 5, 6, 7. What's happening is my material, see how sticky it sounds, is starting to kick off. So I probably should have stopped right there. That was probably as far as I could go till that kicked off some. But I would rather get my multiple layers on if possible. As many as I can possibly get. If I could get them all, I'd get them all. But I think we're gonna end up with this as more of a partial, but we'll see. Let's see what happens here. And you'll notice I'm doing here first, which is kind of like in the center, because that's gonna be my next piece. I'm just gonna fold over and kind of stick, and then we'll have to work our way out. And honestly, I think at this point, I should have stopped right there, and I should just waste all of this, but I mean, I've really probably fucked this piece of glass up, because what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna fill those holes with that extra resin, is look, by the time I start this, let's say I get this folded in, I've got to do all the way across, and it's got to be impregnated all the way through to the deck, which I don't think we're gonna get. Let's see. Now, maybe we are. Maybe we are. I'm gonna take that back and say, yo, Willie, yo, we are. Okay. See how taut that is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have used a brake though. No lie, I'm dripping. 5. Did I lose count? 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, come on, pump. 10. Okay, so this one I've got to do something with. $12, 13. Ah, come on. Piece of... Yeah. Okay, that's 15. Now we're just gonna stir. Honestly, I'm not even going a minute. It's getting warmer, and by not switching buckets, I've got some in here that's already trying to gel. That's a bad deal. I've had that happen before. You should switch containers in between. Let one harden while you work on the next one. I make mistakes too, guys. Just like anyone else. Got in a hurry, got moving. It's not really gonna hurt anything. It just would have been faster and easier had I done it the other way. Okay, so I think actually I'm gonna flip this corner back onto itself again and then push it all through. On this next one, I'm just gonna fold it over like this and add it on the back like this first. Try to get it as even as possible, but I've got it uneven right this second. Hold on, guys. Let's get it out there, okay? Don't know what that is. So we're gonna go push through the back to the front first. Now, if you can make a big vat, it makes it easy too. You just take this stuff, you can fold it up, whatever you want to do, drop it into the vat, and go to town. Now, what I'm going to do is all this stuff in the bottom, I'm literally going to scoop out of there the best I can. That's our issue, is all that extra that is kind of gelling up. And we can put that right into these bad spots that we've got on the boat. It's going to help solidify that and hold everything down. Now you can see that whole skin moving because that skin was just a skin. I mean, literally just a skin. When they say skin and you're doing fiberglass, that is not what they mean. They do not mean a skin coat of chop strand mat. It's not going to work well. Okay. I really got all of this stuff out of there. Go again. Okay, this one is really ticking me off, guys. Here's the problem. It is going to closed position as soon as you go down. Look, I can't move that closed position. 2, 4, 5. Not liking that Total Boat. Probably not letting it come up natural is hindering me. I don't know what we were at. Lost count. Talking to you guys. Totally lost count. We'll stop there. Okay.